Coronavirus and oil prices have been a huge conversation this month. And if you've been watching the news at all, or on Facebook at all, or social media, you cannot miss that conversation right now. Anytime there is a significant national or international concern like oil prices or coronavirus or any other virus or epidemic that could seem like it's coming up, it has the ability to impact the stock market and subsequently may affect the real estate market. For us specifically, what we've noticed is that means that the Fed is cutting rates, and that not necessarily directly correlating to that, but a lot of mortgage companies are lowering interest rates as well. A lot of them have been coming down to around 3% or so. Part of that is making sure that the market is stimulated enough that people aren't discouraged or dismayed by something like coronavirus or oil prices or whatever else, and that there's still enough incentive for them to feel like they're attracted to the idea of purchasing a home. However, arguably that's not as necessary when there's only 1.5 months of inventory in the real estate market and seemingly about 5 buyers for every seller on the market in the Pacific Northwest. So let's talk about numbers. Last month in our area, about 4,500 homes recently closed and sold. Around 6,400 homes recently went under contract, and about 6,600 homes are available. Now that's what last month's stats state. Now, if you're in this market, it might feel like there's closer to a 5-to-1 ratio, not a 1-to-1 ratio, regarding what's going under contract or what's being bid upon and what's currently available in the market. And that's definitely what we're seeing right now, is this trend, this trajectory that what's available is going down and the competition is going up. And what that means is as that demand has been increasing, prices are going up, and not even just a little bit. Some areas 5 to 10% homes are getting bid up. Now, of course, that is going to get pushed back down at appraisal oftentimes, but we saw in our area homes go from being closed at around $253 per square foot to around $270 per square foot within 1 month. That is a considerable difference between February and March this year. That means days on market this last month went from around 49 days on market to 48 days on market. And if you're, bidding on one of the few homes that are available that are currently actually move-in ready, that has significantly gone down, and almost all of these homes are going under contract within 4 to 5 days max. Some of them even within 24 hours getting multiple offers. Matter of fact, we showed a home just last week, and within 24 hours, that house had 17 cards on the table. Most homes are going under contract for around 99% of the list price. That's up a little bit from 97% of list price. And again, keep in mind, that's averaging out all homes. So if you're in, the Pierce County market or the King County market, and you're one of the few buyers who are, bidding on one of the very, very few homes in this market, you'll notice that it takes in this market maybe 105, 110% of list price to actually get an offer accepted. And the further you go north towards King County, in a lot of those markets, people are starting to waive their appraisal, they're starting to waive their inspections, they're starting to remove information verification periods and a lot of other crucial elements of a contract that if you're not having these conversations about how to create a winning offer in this market without risking all of your buyer's interest, then you're not having the right conversation. So get in contact with your real estate agent, either on the sell side or the buy side. Make sure you are having those conversations about how in a competitive market where we might see homes are selling for 99% of list price, but we know the good ones are selling for closer to 105, 110% of list price. How can you get your offer accepted without risking your client's interest and still having that statutory right to represent their best interest? Months of inventory is staying steady over the last couple months at 1.5 months of inventory. Just a reminder, that is considerably less than even what is creating a seller's market, which is under 3 months of inventory. Also, a lot of these markets, specifically areas of Sumner, Puyallup, a lot of the cities in the Pierce County area and South King County, as well as some of further up towards North King County, a lot of these areas have closer to 10 days of inventory. That means like a fraction of a month in a lot of these markets. And that means for you, if you're looking as a buyer in this area and coronavirus and oil prices and everything else is causing interest rates arguably to go down to rates that are more competitive than they've been in a long, long time, and you're already in a competitive price range, now these people realize they have a little bit more leverage to even bid a little bit more on these properties. So that being said, as much as possible, don't make decisions that you're going to regret when it comes to putting an offer on a home, even in an aggressive market, and be willing to have those hard conversations with your clients, sellers, buyers, with your agents, listing agents and buyer's agents about what does it take to create a win-win without compromising the other party. So lastly, coronavirus, oil prices, stock market drop. What does all this mean for the real estate market specifically? I'll tell you one of the things that we have noticed it does mean is that investors are a little less willing to compete in this type of an aggressive and marginally more volatile market than they have been. And for you as a buyer, that could even put you in a position that's a little bit more competitive, because now you're not just competing against other people who are buy and hold type investors, portfolio investors. You're competing against actual homeowners, people who are looking to create memories, who are looking to create a home, a place to actually raise their kids and plug into the schools. Not that investors are a bad thing. They're absolutely a great thing for this market as well. But it's a great time to start to look at the market and to figure out, is this going to impact our inventory at all? And when the interest rates are at all-time lows, it probably is not going to affect it dramatically, but hopefully just enough for you as a buyer to give you a little bit more edge while taking advantage of phenomenal interest rates. If you have any other questions about our monthly market updates here at the PNW team or the real estate market in general, feel free to shoot us a message wherever you might find us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.